Hi, I'm Eddie.
I'm Reed.
I'm Remy.
I'm Connor.
I'm Kate.
I'm MEGN. We're Group B10, another brick in the wall, and this is our briquetter. Millions of people go without electricity or with very little electricity. The briquetter is a solution that provides biofuel with very little electricity usage. This is what it does. It takes sawdust and turns it into biofuel and does so with efficiency and does so that it can be transported and so that people can use it and burn it for fuel and heat. At the core of the briquetter is our linear actuator. It's powered by a 12-volt DC adapter, and it's able to output 6 kilonewtons of force. Sawdust is fed into this chamber here in the pipe. The linear actuator pushes it forward into this section, which is a conical bit, reduces the diameter, producing the briquettes. On the back of our linear actuator, we have a shield here, which covers the back, keeping sawdust from being pulled into the core of our machine. In our hopper, which feeds the sawdust into this section here, we have a kill switch, which keeps the system from running unless the lid is closed, keeping your fingers out of the way. The front and back of the linear actuator, the shield hits these limit switches, keeping it bounded to the length we want.
One of the most important components of the briquetter is the heating system, which, as you can see, includes the LCD, the Arduino, which has the PID controller, which controls the temperature of the band heaters. The band heaters themselves, as well as the thermistor, which raises the temperature of the band heaters, so the PID can adjust accordingly. And the wall power cord, which supplies 380 watts of power to the band heaters. This system, as the sawdust is fed in, the band heaters heated up, the thermistor reads the temperature of the band heaters. So the temperature can be regulated to our set point of 280 degrees Celsius. And the information from this system is shown by the LCD, which shows the current temperature of the band heaters and their duty cycle.
So now I'll be demonstrating the final operation of our briquetter. So to start, the user will take some sawdust and put it into the chamber. Now you'll notice the machine cannot start until this final cover is locked down. So once this final cover is down, the vibrators will start agitating the sawdust within, and the linear actuator will begin its course to compress the internal chamber of biomass into the tapered tube and through the band heaters, which will melt the lignin and compress it into a final briquette shape.
You may notice that our briquettes take a while, but that's because you can do this.
Intact.
It's portable.
If we had more time and money, there would be a few changes we would make to our project. One of those being we would take the time to really fine-tune our PID controller beyond what it is now. We would also include a potentiometer or something along those lines so that you could change your set point temperature without having to change the code and then re-upload it. You would just be able to do it with the potentiometer. We would also like to include a button to start and stop with instead of having to just plug and unplug it. We would also add in a mechanism to do the initial compression. Right now we're just using a manual stick and shoving it in there. We would want to make that automatic. And then we would also like to fully enclose everything. There are some external wires and some gaps in the frame. We also might make the metal frame a little bit bigger so the hot parts aren't in as much direct contact with the wood. And then we would also add in some handles to improve the portability.